Hello and welcome to MPL Presents The Huddle, brought to you by Cricfit. This is your host Amay Petkar here, and today is a big game. It's so big that I just cannot even measure it. If you look at both the sides here, at one end you have someone who is one of the best batsmen in the world. At the other hand, you have someone who has achieved so much, captain in the Indian side here. I'm talking about Dhoni and Kohli here, and if you look at both sides here, you have Chennai at one end, Bangalore at the other end, and I just cannot wait for this game to begin because it's happening at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. And when we talk about Sharjah, we know it's going to be a high scoring affair. It's going to be raining sixes at the ground. We are also going to see a lot of balls being headed out on the Emirates Road. So this is something we'll have to see what happens today. And for that, today I've got with me the editor of Cricfit, Mikhail Vaswani. So we'll just quickly bring him up on the stage here.
Hi, Amay. Good evening. Good evening to all our viewers as well who've tuned into the MPL YouTube channel, Cricfit YouTube and Facebook page as well. The South Indian derby is here. It's Chennai versus Bangalore, Dhoni versus Kohli. And I guess as a cricket fan, you look for such battles, you look for such contests. These are high voltage contests. This is the one we are talking about. It's Chennai versus Bangalore, match number 35, coming to you all the way from Sharjah. Sharjah has a rich history of some great wins by the Indian cricket team as well. And this pitch will once again offer a lot of entertainment to each one of you all. Ek acha mukabla in store for us, Amay.
Yeah, a big match as I described it. Looking at both sides here, Chennai and Bangalore are at the top of the table here. One team has about 10 points and the other team has about 12 points, and the winner would obviously advance the other team up here. So looking at Chennai and Bangalore, Mikhail, both teams have some really quality players here. We are seeing Gaikwad coming up the ranks from Chennai. With Bangalore, we have seen the likes of Particle both in contention for the Indian team very soon as well. So it's going to be an exciting affair here.
Oh yes, and you did mention about two teams that have quality players, but the thing that separates both of them right now is one has a consistent playing list and one does not have a consistent playing list. Bangalore, for that matter, will always feel robbed of consistency. Particle has been doing the hard yards. He's scored a lot of runs. He's a youngster, but it's Kohli's form that is hurting Bangalore. To be very honest, I just feel if Kohli manages one side, then the rest is taken care by itself. I look at it this way: Kohli and De Villiers is half the side of Bangalore, and the remaining comprise of half the side. When it comes to Chennai, Dhoni has had this knack of getting everybody to perform in some way or the other. So here you have a team that is performing across all lines. That's Chennai, but Bangalore, it is flashes of performances, and a burst here, a burst there. That's it. But you can't really expect. I have always stated that Bangalore is your Pakistan team. You don't know which side of the bed they've woken up from and which Pakistan team turns up on the given day. Bangalore is a similar side. You don't know which Bangalore, whether it is 36 all out, right? If I'm not wrong, 36. 49. 49.
Yeah, 49 all out. Yeah, that happened.
40,
yeah.
49 all out or 220 plus. This Bangalore team needs consistency. And once they bring in that, then the fans can actually confidently think that they are title contenders.
Yeah, and looking at their recent history as well, Chennai have won 3 and Bangalore have won 2. I mean, the stat doesn't really separate both the sides here, but looking at the form they have been going through, Bangalore had a terrific phase 1 in the Indian T20 League, but they started off very poorly against Kolkata in their opening game, and it was just too sad to see. I mean, you started off so well in phase 1, and then in phase 2 you have a complete opposite performance coming in. So today will be a very important day for Bangalore here, and they have struggled at Sharjah in the past season. I remember this game against Kolkata when Bangalore promoted Washington ahead of De Villiers, and that just turned out to be a disaster in their batting lineup. De Villiers came down at 7. Washington was batting at number 4 or 5 because they wanted to get the left and right batting combination into play, and that just fell out of their favor here. So again today, the choices they make at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium is going to prove vital here for their success going ahead in this phase here.
नहीं आपने ठीक फरमाया बैंगलोर की प्लानिंग हैज टू बी वेरी गुड और मेरा ये मानना है कि कोहली और डिविलियर्स अगर टिक गए तो उनकी आधी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएंगी। और आप जैसे आप देख रहे हैं, द लास्ट 5 मैचेस चेन्नई ने 3 बार बाजी जीती है बैंगलोर के अगेंस्ट। तो दिस इंडियन T20 लीग इज ऑल अबाउट गेटिंग दैट विनिंग मोमेंटम एज वेल। एंड आई स्ट्रांगली बिलीव अगर बैंगलोर ये मैच भी हार जाए तो उनके ऊपर बहुत प्रेशर माउंट होने वाला है। देखिए, चेन्नई धोनी के नीचे किसी को नहीं छोड़ने वाला, और मुझे यही लग रहा है कि द टीम टू बीट राइट नाउ इन द इंडियन T20 लीग इज चेन्नई। और ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ ने जो परफॉर्मेंस लास्ट मैच में दिखाया, आप देखिए टीम की कैरेक्टर देखिए। वो पहले मैच में ओपनर में 4-5 विकेट गिर गए थे, सबने चेन्नई को गुड बाय टाटा बोल दिया था, लेकिन दे रोज फ्रॉम द एशेस लाइक अ फीनिक्स एंड दे वेंट ऑन टू विन द एनकाउंटर। तो मेरा यही मानना है कि क्या बैंगलोर के पास यही कैरेक्टर है दिखाने के लिए, तब विश्वास के साथ फैंस बता सकेंगे कि ये टीम में दम है फाइनल्स तक पहुंचने ही नहीं, जीतने के लिए भी।
G. And Mikhail, we are about 8 minutes away from the toss here, so we'll quickly just take a look at Deepdas Gupta's fantasy 11 he has picked for today here. I'll just quickly give a run through. In the wicket keepers, he has just picked one. A.V. de Villiers is the one here. For batsmen, he has gone in with Gaikwad, Duplessis, Kohli, Maxwell, Particle. In the all-rounders, he has picked Ali. In the bowlers, he has picked up about 4 of them: Hazelwood, Chehel, and Jamieson here. So, Mikhail, if you look at this fantasy 11 here, quite a balanced side here from what you can see at the moment.
Can you put that on the screen once again? Now,
Yeah.
interestingly, you will see that he's gone in for more Bangalore players than Chennai players. Point number 1. Point number 2 is, despite Maxwell not being in form, Kohli not being in form, they are players who can strike from any time. So as much as we believe in current form performance, you have to punt with these kind of players. Kohli, Maxwell, de Villiers, you have to punt with them. They are your what can I say? I would not say a lottery, but they are those kind of players who don't need form or any kind of analysis when selected in the side. 9 out of 10 times they are automatic selections in the playing 11. David Patel is due for a big one, so he's a good player to have. And Gaikwad, based on his form, Duplessis has never disappointed in the Indian T20 League. He's always been a consistent performer. Ali ko captain banaya, interesting. It's that is something that is very something that has caught my attention. De Villiers is always good to have a wicket-keeper batsman as a vice-captain, because at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're giving yourself more opportunities, be it a catch, stumping, or whatever, besides the runs they score as well. तो ये एक अच्छा प्लेइंग 11 दीपदास गुप्ता ने चुना है। हम सब दर्शकों को यही बताना चाहेंगे कि आपके लिए भी एक मौका है, आप एमपीएल के प्लेटफॉर्म में जल्द से जल्द जाए और अपना प्लेइंग 11 बना ले, फैंटेसी 11, और बहुत से गुडीज आप अपने लिए जीत सकते हो। और ये आपकी स्क्रीन पर हम दिखा रहे हैं कि just download the MPL app, make your team, and win iPhone 12 every day. Wow, ये मौका गवा ना लें आप लोग।
G. And Mikhail, as we spoke about the fantasy 11, Deepdas Gupta has picked here. If you look at the bowlers as well, he has gone with Hazelwood, Chehel and Jamieson here. If you look at Jamieson, पिछले मैच में ज्यादा कुछ प्रदर्शन नहीं कर पाए थे. We all know what sort of a caliber the player has, but in the previous match he was hit for runs. In the batting as well, nothing much was to be seen from Jamieson's bat there. So today again, do you think Jamieson will be replaced by some other player in the side, or would you like to just go with it? Because Bangalore also have a player from Singapore. His name is Tim David, who will be making his debut in this season. Had not played in the first game, but from what we have seen of him is that he has that potential to turn out to be a match winner on the given day. He has played well in the 100, and in the other leagues he has played as well, even in the Pakistan T20 League. So today, do you see Tim David in place of Jamieson today?
देखिए, it'll be a very tough call, to be very honest. अब एक मैच के दम पे आप मेजर चॉपिंग चेंजिंग नहीं करनी चाहिए, मेरा ये मानना है। तो जेमिसन क्वालिटी ऑलराउंडर है और उन्होंने अपने आप को प्रूव किया है, और कोहली उन्हें पसंद भी करते हैं। और टेस्ट सीरीज में उन्होंने कोहली को कई बार आउट भी किया था, न्यूजीलैंड इंडिया के टेस्ट सीरीज में जब खेले थे उन्होंने। तो मेरा मानना है कि एक और मौका देना चाहिए। टिम डेविड को मौका मिलेगा, लेकिन फिलहाल बैंगलोर को क्या चाहिए? एक जीत। और अगर उन्होंने एक जीत हासिल कर ली तो एक और चीज मैं बताना चाहूंगा ना, वेरी अर्ली the second phase of the Indian T20 League, अगर आपने chopping changing कर दिया तो players में uncertainty और doubt बहुत आ जाता है. तो इसलिए आपको थोड़ा patient रहना पड़ेगा player form के साथ और फिर उनको मौका देना पड़ेगा.
जी. एंड मिखाइल, आज अगर हम बात करें तो कुछ stats की तरफ एक नजर डालते हैं, because we have some stats about players against the team they are going to play. So first of all, we'll take a look at Captain Kohli's stats here against Chennai here. And if you see, in 26 innings, he has scored about 895 runs at an average of 40, strike rate of 127. So overall, if you see, Kohli has done well against Chennai here.
Can you play that stat under the lens? They are under the magnifying glass or they are under the lens. That's Chahal, of course, that you've played under the lens. We will talk about Chahal as well. But if you can have a look at Virat Kohli, his numbers, then we can state, 127 strike rate. I would say it's decent because it's Kohli. But I still feel 895 runs at an average of 40 is superb in T20 cricket, because in T20 cricket, usually you don't talk about average, you only talk about strike rate. So he's got the runs, but has he got it at an alarming speed, pace that will worry the Chennai team? Well, 127 is still, I feel, fine. Chennai would think that we've done good to keep him quiet and not really let him off the hook. Now, what Virat needs is a blitzkrieg. He needs a power-packed innings where he has a strike rate of 170. That's where you send in shivers to the opposition camp. I just feel Virat right now just needs one big score, and if he can get it today against Chennai, it will be Sone Pe Suhaga, as you say.
Sone Pe Suhaga. And if you look at another player who missed out on the T20 World Cup side, I'm talking about Chahal. He also would want to make an impact in today's game here, because it's against the mentor of the Indian cricket team for the T20 World Cup. So he'll be up against Dhoni, and Dhoni has struggled against Chahal in the past, because with leg spinners, we have always seen Dhoni struggle. With Chakravarti also, he faced a similar issue. With Markande, Chahar, all these leg spinners, Dhoni has had a bit of weakness here. So
who can not forget that image when Gautam Gambhir got 7 to 8 players around MS Dhoni's bat, and I guess Chawla was bowling that time for Kolkata, and it was quite an image where, and pretty much there it was सबको पता था कि धोनी को अगर एक खामी है, एक प्रॉब्लम है उनकी बैटिंग में, वो लेग स्पिनर फुटवर्क लेग स्पिनर के अगेंस्ट उतना खास नहीं है. बट चहल के बारे में आपने बात किया तो उनके नंबर्स भी देख लेते हैं हमें, उनकी क्या फिगर्स है. और चेन्नई के अगेंस्ट आई फील दीज आर सुपर फिगर्स. जो भी बोले आप, 21 स्ट्राइक रेट, तो मतलब every 21 deliveries. He's just low on the wickets column. Maybe he could have had a few more wickets, but average and strike rate is pretty decent. Had he just added some more wickets to his kitty, he would have been a threat and an attacking option as well.
Yeah, I mean, in 12 innings, he has picked up about 13 wickets here. And I think we might have just lost Mikhail here. So I'll just put myself on full screen. Yeah. So looking at Chahal's statistics here, I mean, 12 innings, 13 wickets at an average of 25. He has done well against Chennai. And as I mentioned, Dhoni's record against spinners isn't great. And I think that's where Chahal's importance in this match comes into play. If Dhoni comes out to bat early at number 4 or 5, then you are more likely to see Chahal bowling to Dhoni here, because the weakness of leg spinners against Dhoni, that's what I pointed out earlier, will come into play here. And I am hopeful that Mikhail is also back with us, so we can further move on to Fab du Plessis stats here. Mikhail, are you back with us?
Well, if you can hear me loud and clear and if you can see my image, I'm back with you all.
Yeah, so Mikhail, we'll quickly dive into du Plessis stats here against Bangalore. And if you look here, 10 matches, 293 runs at a strike rate of 127. Is there a common thing you're noticing here? I mean, if you look at Kohli and if you look at du Plessis, both open the innings for Bangalore, and the strike rate is just around 120, 130 here. Are they just playing the role of a floater here, and that is what is hampering the strike rate for the franchisees? Because they are a complete different player when they play for their national sides. Du Plessis, unfortunately, not being part of the T20 World Cup, but in the past for South Africa, he has had a strike rate of around 130, 140. But for Chennai, it just seems a bit on the lower side here.
Yeah, I guess it's all got to do with role definition. Point number one, Amay. what's the role of Duplessis over there, and of course in T20 cricket you always having an attacking mindset, but as an opener having a strike rate of 127, I feel it's decent. I mean, something around 140s is what in T20 cricket is, I feel, an acceptable strike rate for a top order batsman, because remember, you have the first 6 overs at your disposal as well, which makes it all the more easy for you to improvise and get runs quickly under the belt. Having said that, I just feel it's fair enough, it's decent, but at some point in time, if you are the man who's sent out there to get the runs and play the attacking role, then maybe that's when the strike rate can be questioned.
Yeah, and Mikhail, there's a news coming in from Sharjah, all the way from Sharjah, that the toss has been delayed due to a sandstorm. Can you believe it?
Wow. Let's revisit to the Sachin Tendulkar innings there.
Yeah, and it was quite unexpected. I mean, I spoke to a few of my friends who are in Sharjah. Everything was clear until today morning. I'm just clueless at the moment of where this storm has come from. It's not even Mumbai's game today that you will say that Sachin was at the ground, so storm aa gaya 1998 ka. But even that's not the case here. I mean, totally unexpected, and we still have time for the toss now. 10 minutes, so 7 minutes to go for the toss, according to what we have from the Indian T20 League here. So, what do you make of this weather here now, Mikhail?
Well, I don't think so. It should have much bearing on the match because well, it's these things happen in Sharjah if you're coming to play cricket, and you should be ready for all of it. But my only point is that it just takes us back to that epic and iconic moment in Indian cricket where that storm is synonymous now with India's cricketing folklore, and we all attach a lot of significance to it. Now the point is, in this storm, can Kohli create Sachin kind of a magic? Now that's what the fans will be hoping. बट देखना पड़ेगा फिलहाल। और एक चीज बताना चाहूंगा कि स्टॉर्म आए या ना आए, धोनी सारे स्टॉर्म्स को संभाल लेगा और अपनी टीम को जीत की तरफ लेके जाएगा।
जी, और शारजा में मैच है, मतलब छक्कों का भी एक स्टॉर्म आने वाला है। दैट इज व्हाट आई एम जस्ट होपिंग फॉर, बिकॉज धोनी अगर आए बल्लेबाजी करने अर्ली, काफी कुछ हो सकता है, क्योंकि पिछले सीजन में एक मैच हुआ था राजस्थान के खिलाफ, दैट वाज एट शारजा, though it was in a losing cause. Dhoni had smoked about 3 sixes in the final over, and I think the bowler was Archer, if I'm not wrong. Maybe it probably wasn't Archer, but he smoked 3 balls out of the ground on the road, and place where the ball landed, that place finds itself a mention in the Google Maps today. So that's the magnitude of the sixes Dhoni hits.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we just hope that he can roll back the years and play that kind of cricket. See, when you talk about Dhoni, you talk about audacious hitting, brute power. He made six hitting look very easy, very very easy. And I guess what happens is when you come to a ground and you see the dimensions of the ground, if you've played cricket, you'll understand from within. You get that feeling that this is looks easy for me. देखिए, धोनी has scored 824 runs at 141.50 against Bangalore. देखिए, ये 140 का strike rate ना is something that's intimidating to any team. और मैं यही कहना चाह रहा हूँ, as a top order batsman, as a finishing batsman, चलो धोनी को गेंदें भी कम मिलती है, 30 गेंदों में अगर उन्होंने वो सब एंड में आते, it depends on situation. But एक 140 का जो strike rate हम लोग बात करते हैं ना, it's very important.
Very important, yeah. And if you look at Dhoni's strike rate in the past few seasons, it has been on the lower side, and that's when he was even playing for India, people actually questioned his place in the T20 side as well. That why a player with such low strike rate is still playing for the Indian team. So today we'll have to see how Dhoni ups his strike rate, given that this is going to be a high scoring affair. So scoring at about 100, 110 is not going to help either of the sides. So talking about Bangalore or Chennai. So Mikhail, we'll also take a look at few other stats as well that have come into play. So Virat Kohli is just 66 runs shy of becoming just the 5th man to get to 10,000 runs in T20 cricket. What record this will be on a personal note for Kohli here.
Yeah, but he'll be even happier if those 66 runs come for a winning cause in context to the match. Now, the problem here with Kohli has been that he's not been able to make an impact towards his side's fortunes and progress. Now, knowing Kohli, he would honestly want to play a match-winning knock, even a 30 runs that could get them that win, than getting to 66. Because see, these numbers will invariably one match, two match, three match. You get those 60 odd runs. But the point is, क्या कोहली मैच परफॉर्मेंस में अपने परफॉर्मेंस से अपनी टीम को जिता पाएंगे और राइट नाउ Bangalore is looking for a match winner. Bangalore is looking for a star who can say भाई लोग चलो आज मैं तुम्हें जिता के आऊंगा मैच वो नहीं मिल रहा उन्हें मैक्सवेल एक मैच में 7 मैच में एक मैच में परफॉर्म कर लेते डिविलियर्स करते आ रहे हैं लेकिन यू नीड अ कंसिस्टेंट परफॉर्मर क्या आज कोहली का दिन हो सकता है तो मेरा यही मानना है कि इवन दो ही जॉइंस गेल पोलार्ड मलिक वॉन but the fact remains is you have to perform for your team and win the match.
Win the match, exactly. And looking at this as well, the record at Sharjah, Duplessis has a terrific record at Sharjah here. Looking at his record, 131 runs in 4 matches. I think this came in the previous season at itself. So a plus point here, Duplessis scoring runs at Sharjah. And today he will be opening the innings with Gaikwad. Again, Gaikwad is in superb form. So both openers look in good shape for Chennai.
See, Duplessis has a lot to do now. He's been out. He's been out from the T20 World Cup squad as well for South Africa. That is something that has hurt him. He's on proving grounds yet again. But more importantly, Duplessis is a T20 legend, and the kind of fielding he brings in the boundary rope and long on, long off with those catches once again makes him an asset. See, Duplessis and Ruturaj Gaikwad, with the way he played last time, look a very solid, dependable, strong, stable opening pair. और मेरा ये मानना है कि आप और दीप ने दोनों को अपने फैंटेसी लेवल में डाला है तो आप समझ सकते हो कि हाउ मच ही रेट्स दीज टू प्लेयर्स एज वेल इन द T20 फॉर्मेट और मेरा ये मानना है कि T20 इन द इंडियन T20 लीग में इनका देखिए मैंने आपको कहा था कि he selected only 5 out of the 5 he has Gaikwad and Duplessis और उसके बाद एक ऑलराउंडर इन अली तो मतलब अगर दो बैट्समैन उन्हें सिलेक्ट करने थे उन्होंने गायकवाड और डुप्लेसी को लिया मतलब वो मानते हैं कि अगर कोई चेन्नई के लिए रन्स दाग सकता है तो ये दो खिलाड़ी है
जी और मिखाइल बार बार एक सवाल हमारे सामने आता है कि धोनी हु हैज ऑलरेडी रिटायर्ड फ्रॉम इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट अभी टीम इंडिया के मेंटोर होने वाले T20 वर्ल्ड कप के लिए एक सवाल बार बार सबके दिमाग में आता है कि क्या वो अगले साल अगले T20 लीग के सीजन में खेलेंगे आपको क्या लगता है विल ही गो ऑन फॉर अनदर 1-2 सीजंस और विल ही जस्ट कॉल इट क्विट्स इफ Chennai go on to win this season here?
This is about whom, Amay?
Dhoni.
I found these results.
देखिए धोनी के बारे में कोई कुछ नहीं बता सकता point number 1 that is because you don't know when he retires when he does not every time he surprised you with a retirement so we should not be taking a call on him
yeah every time he has I mean सब कुछ unexpected ही होता है from when it comes from Dhoni and right now what I'm seeing is there's still a bit of storm there so I'm not really expecting the toss to take place anytime soon we still might be about 5 to 6 minutes away from what the toss would take place here but Mikhail another point here now we have Kshitij asking us a question here can Saini get a chance today given that Chennai's top order struggled against pace against Mumbai here. So what do you make of this? Do you see Saini getting a chance today?
I always thought he was Kohli's go-to man. I really see. It's very hard to discuss a team composition in the T20 league because you really don't know what the management, the captain want at the end of the day. They see the conditions, they see the opposition, all of that, and that's why you have to keep into consideration all of this and see how things go.
Yeah, exactly. So the toss hasn't yet taken place. We'll have to wait for the toss here. And till then, we'll again take a look at the under the lens for today here. If you see, we have gone in with Duplessis' record against Bangalore. 10 matches, 293 runs at an average of 36. Today, again, he will be in play. And if you see the way Duplessis has performed in the recent past, he has been in good form, especially in the West Indies T20 League as well. His form has been top notch. About a day later, after the T20 squad was announced, he scored about a 70 or 80 run knock for his franchise in the West Indies T20 League. So he is high on confidence, and we are more likely to see Duplessis scoring runs, given that, as I just mentioned about his record at Sharjah, 131 runs in 4 matches, which is just terrific here, which means that he has been averaging about in the 30-40s per game. And today I am just literally hoping that Duplessis and Gaikwad, this combo just clicks, with Rena coming in at 3. And there are also few reports that have come in that Uttapa might just be making his way into the playing 11. We might just see Rena sitting out today. So that's those are just reports. We'll still be waiting for the playing 11s to be announced here. But looking at things, there's still Sandstorm at Sharjah, and quite unexpected. कभी कभी आ जाता है, मतलब 1998 में आया था. And I've stayed in Sharjah for about 17-18 years, so I can totally say that this is a regular thing, but it's unexpected as well. It does happen regularly, but you never know when it happens. So, and if you look at the stadium as well, it's surrounded by about an empty land as well. The area is quite developing there, and the place where the cricket stadium is, there are hardly any buildings around. So if you see, there's too much of passage for the sand to just come inside the ground. And I really hope that sand coming inside the ground doesn't cause more delay in the day to day, because that is something we don't hope for, because we don't want to lose out on overs. And if you see, rain doesn't come, but you have sandstorm at Sharjah. That's one thing you always see when we look at the games in Sharjah. No update coming in. Inspection at 7:25, which means the toss will be delayed. The toss will be delayed even more. We'll wait until 7:25 and see how this thing goes, because uh, as I said, empty land in and around the stadium might just be a problem. All three stadiums, in fact, if you look at Dubai, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, all three stadiums have empty land outside their area there. So that becomes a problem at times, especially Abu Dhabi. Again, they have empty land. It's full of sand. And similarly for Dubai Cricket Stadium as well. But Dubai, what falls in their favor is that it's a closed stadium. They have quite a few coverings around the stadium, and we all know that it's called the Ring of Fire. So Dubai doesn't face that many issues. But if you look at Sharjah, it's a small stadium, and too many gaps for the sand to come in. So it's going to be a task. I mean, even if all the sand comes in, it's going to be a problem here. So we'll take a few questions from our viewers till then, till we have an update. And okay, so Shubham is asking why Deepdas always choose only one all-rounder in his fantasy team. He doesn't like all-rounders. Okay, this is something I'm going to ask Deepdas tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be going live with Deepdas Gupta on Instagram, on Cricfit and MPL Fantasy's Instagram. So do join in. It is going to happen at 11 a.m. That's tomorrow, 25th of September. So do join in me going live with Deepdas Gupta and Shubham. I will surely ask Deepdas Gupta why he picks only one all-rounder there. And I'm sure that he might just have he might just have a special reason there why he is picking just one all-rounder there. But if you look at today's team as well, he has picked Ali as his captain, who is his only all-rounder here. So maybe he just likes that combination, because from what I've noticed with Deep's fantasy 11 is that he goes in with either 5 batsmen or 5 bowlers and one all-rounder, and that has been the case throughout the last 4 or 5 games I've been seeing here. So today he has picked up 4 bowlers, but yesterday he had picked up 5 bowlers, and vice versa with the batsman's category. So will be very fascinating, and we'll look at few more questions here and see what really happens here. But I'm still seeing no update from the ground. Inspection at 7:25, and as I see De Villiers walking out for Okay, I might just have cut out there, but yeah, De Villiers has walked out. He's practicing there. There's inspection at 7:25, and we'll take a few more questions here. Srinjan is asking something. If Virat wins the toss, should he bat or bowl? I would say that Bangalore should look to bowl first because chasing at Sharjah might just be easy because the dew will come into play, and when the dew comes into play, spinners are going to find it very hard. In fact, I don't see much of spinners bowling today as well. You'll hardly see about 5-6 overs. So I just think that they might both the teams might go with an extra seamer in their side because spinners are going to face a hard time. A tad shot and it's going to be launched into the stands there. And Sharjah has shorter boundaries, and shorter boundaries means the ball is going to land up on the road, and on the road as well. People tuning in from UAE, if you are staying in and around the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, just be careful today because too many balls just might be heading towards you because the road is quite close to the stadium, and we have seen in the past, I've seen this in the past, that sixes have actually ended up crashing on the windows of the cars which travel through. So just be careful. If viewers have few friends who are going by who don't follow cricket, just let them know. They might just want to avoid the Sheikh Zayed Road when they go there. The Zayed Road, I would say, not on the Sheikh Zayed Road here. But yeah, so Shrinjan again is saying Sharjah is filled with suspense. Well, what do we say here? It is always suspense since 1998, I would say, or even before that. But talking about Sachin's innings, the way he just came out against Vaughan, and we all know what had happened there. So Vaughan has always been there, Sachin has always been there, but cricket was out of Sharjah for a fair bit of time. We all know that what transpired in the year 2000, 2001. Too many changes and choppings that went into Indian cricket, and as a result, we saw that Sharjah Cricket Stadium was barged. No more Indian games were happening, and as a result, we hardly saw any Indians being playing at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. But the norm broke apart in 2014, and 2014 we finally saw that cricket, at least with the Indian T20 League, was finally back in Sharjah. And in 2014, as we saw, and then it went into the 2018 Asia Cup, and now again the 2021 Indian T20 League again as well, even 2020 Indian T20 League. So quite so much cricket is happening at Sharjah. I'm still not seeing any update. The match is possibly going to be delayed due to sandstorm. This is what I'm hearing. We are still 5 minutes away from inspection, but I don't see much being probably pointed out here from the inspection here. It's going to be difficult to assess anything at the moment because, as I mentioned, there are too many gaps for the sand to fill in, and this might just be a problem. We might just be about the match might just get delayed here for a fair bit of time here because sandstorm, once it hits Sharjah, I've experienced it. It's not easy. Even to actually even walk through it. Forget just playing in it. So 5 minutes for the inspection. We'll wait for another 5 minutes and see what the decision is taken by the umpires and the match referee here. But till then, again, Shrinjan and okay, Crick Addiction is asking something here. Should Karan get the nod ahead of Bravo today? So let's just talk about Karan's performance or his form in the recent past. Let's take the Test series into consideration. He didn't have the best of the best Test series against India. He wasn't picking up wickets. His batting was looking all over the place. We all know how poorly he performed in the Test matches against India, and he was finally dropped for the fourth Test as well as Chris Wokes came into the lineup there. So Karan not in the best of best forms at the moment, and Bravo has been performing at least in the West Indies T20 League. We saw few good performances there, but again an injury might just be an issue for Bravo. So if Bravo is out because of an injury, then maybe Karan might just make his way back in the side here. So yep. So that's all it is from Karan. I don't really think that he should be playing today, but if Bravo is out with an injury, then you never know. He might not. He might just make his way back into the 11 here. And Sahil Mehta is asking something. Amay, in next year's mega auction, I'm sure Ruturaj will be retained by CSK. Do you think of him as a captain? Sahil, excellent question. Not because I'm from Pune and Ruturaj is from Pune, but Ruturaj has been captaining the Maharashtra side as well. And it does make him a captaincy material, given that Raina is just looking out of touch and Dhoni at the fair end of his career as well. Maybe Gaikwad could be the next captain for Chennai as well, because we all know that he has the captaincy potential in him. So if Chennai decide to retain Gaikwad, then maybe yes, he just could be their captain, and he's young at the moment, so could just make Chennai in that could just put Chennai in that rebuilding phase, because we all know it's the age is another criteria that comes into play with the Chennai side. So if they're looking at a younger captain, maybe it will also help them rebuild the side. Maybe Karan, Gaikwad, all these young players can come together and help them build a young team there. And then maybe some of those players like Raina and Dhoni can move into coaching roles as well. This is what we could expect from from Chennai here. And for the follow up for that as well, Sahil is saying that the day Ruturaj becomes captain, I'm sure someone will create tsunami in Pune. Well, yes, that might just happen, but today I'm not sure about the tsunami, but we are still delayed by the sandstorm here, waiting for an update here. I still see no update coming in, and it's. I mean, we you'll just have to wait and see. I'm waiting for the toss to happen for the inspection results to arrive here, and it just doesn't look good at the moment. I mean, okay, no, I don't see any update coming in. So we'll still have to wait. Few people are asking for the playing 11. भैया टॉस नहीं हुआ है अब तक, हम उसके लिए रुके हैं. टॉस के पहले इंस्पेक्शन होगा, इंस्पेक्शन के बाद टॉस का टाइम डिसाइड होगा. आई सी जबरगल Srinath walking out, so I think the toss will soon be taking place. Still, there is fair bit of storm going around there, so we are going to expect delay here. I mean, Srinath is out there, the match referee is out. I see Kohli and Dhoni as well talking to each other, but I just feel there is going to be a fair bit of delay here. So Sahil has an update for us. Toss is at 7:30 p.m., which means we are 6 minutes away from the toss, and this couldn't get any better. I mean, we started the show off at 6:45, and 45 minutes we were not going to have the toss, but finally we see an update that toss will happen at 7:30 p.m. Sahil, thank you so much for the update here, and I'm eagerly looking forward to the toss here and to see if Kohli will decide to bat or ball here. It is going to be an important toss here, because I said Dew will come into play. So Sahil has another question. Bravo any day, because he scored a brilliant cameo of 28 runs and also 3 wickets against Mumbai. Can't drop an informed player, and Hazelwood also got an important wicket of Pollard. So Karan has to wait unless Bravo is injured. As I rightly said, Sahil also makes Sahil echoes the same point as I made here earlier, that if there is an injury with Bravo, you will see Karan coming in the side here. But as far as I'm concerned, if Bravo is fit and fine, I don't see Karan in the 11 here. We'll quickly just take a look at Bangalore's few stats of Bangalore. Yeah, I mean, Virat Kohli again, he is just shy of 66 runs. And if he gets these 66 runs in a winning cause, I mean, he is just going to enjoy it. I mean, his form has been a concern for the Indian team and for Bangalore now, but I just feel today might just be Virat's day, and today we might just see an explosion coming your way from Virat here. But we'll take a look at few other more stats as well. I mentioned about Duplessis having a significant record at Sharjah, but if you look at this record here, Harshal Patel has dismissed Duplessis twice in 13 deliveries and Raidu 4 times in 36 balls in the Indian T20 League. Now, this is important to even see because when you pick your fantasy 11, you will have to take a look at the stat as well because Patel will be playing for Bangalore and Duplessis Raidu will be up. He will be up against Patel here. So you have to see that you take this fact into consideration when you make your teams, when you make your fantasy teams on the MPL app. I would quickly just remind you to make your teams now on the MPL app and stand a chance to win many goodies on the app there. So go ahead, download the app or just go on their website and you will soon see when the lineups appear, you'll soon know the update that which player is playing and which not. But as far as what I think that we might just see an unchanged side from both ends, unless Bangalore want to go with Tim David in place of one overseas player. I still see okay. First ball will be played at 7:45 p.m. and toss will be taking place at 7:30 p.m. and inspection I think has taken place at 7:25. So this is what we have here. We are 15 minutes away from the toss. No, we are 2 minutes away from the toss and about 17 minutes away from from the start of play. So there's just going to be about 15 minutes delay in the start today, and all courtesy Sandstorm. Quite unexpected. We all knew that we were all prepared for the match to start at 7:30, and then the Sandstorm hits Sharjah, and Sharjah, I mean Sandstorm goes hand in hand. It's something I'm used to because of staying in Sharjah for about 16, 17 years. But I'm just waiting for the toss, and as soon as it takes place, we'll quickly take a look at the playing 11s, and that's what we all think here. So Rajesh Kumar is asking, आज का कप्तान एंड वाइस कप्तान बताओ जी. देखिए, मैं आपको दीपदास गुप्ता की फैंटेसी 11 ही दिखा देता हूँ, who he has picked in his 11 there. तो देखिए, उन्होंने डिविलियर्स को वाइस कैप्टन बनाया एंड अली को कैप्टन बनाया. देखिए, डिविलियर्स एट शारजा उनका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड अच्छा रहा है, एंड अली की अगर बात करें तो ही इज गोइंग टू बी अ की प्लेयर फॉर द चेन्नई साइड बिकॉज दोनों तरफ से कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं एज अ batsman and as a bowler there. So and with the slow tracks in Sharjah as well, you know, Ali can fetch you a lot of points है. तो अगर आपको मतलब एक कैप्टन वाइस कैप्टन आपको लेना है तो you can always refer to Deepdas Gupta's fantasy 11 who he has picked, but in the end it's your call on who you want to pick as captain and vice captain because कौन सा प्लेयर कब परफॉर्म करेगा we never know. So we'll just wait for the toss. I can see both the captains and Srinath, the match referee, and Simon Dool as well there at near the pitch there. So the toss will be soon taking place. We are 1 minute away from the toss, and as 1 minute I say, it is 7:30. So the toss will start anytime soon, and let's see what we have here. I mean, we have waited, we have been patient for a long while, and I'm just waiting for the toss to take place. Okay, I can see the toss taking place. Let's just patiently wait. We have waited all this while for this moment. So let's just wait and see what the toss, what really happens at the toss here. But from what the update I've been getting here is that match will be starting at 7:45, and as I see, it is the former Indian captain Dhoni who has won the toss. I'm just awaiting confirmation of whether he has elected to bat or bowl. I think he will look to bowl first here. That's what the thinking would be. And we also we'll just wait here. No confirmation yet. He has won the toss, and as I said, Chennai have elected to bowl first. I've got something right here. I mean, I predicted that Dew will come into play, so teams would love to ball first here, and then chase it down because Dew might just play a crucial role later on in the match here. So Chennai have won the toss, elected to bowl first. If you look at the standing in the points table, they're second, and it's been a great season there. last season, which happened in the UAE, we all knew Chennai where they ended up. They ended up in the bottom four alongside Rajasthan, Punjab. So it's been a major turnaround for them, but not for Rajasthan. Rajasthan are still at the bottom of the table, though they had a magnificent win in the previous game there. So we'll have to just wait and see how this phase progresses, because in the previous season Chennai didn't really perform to the best of their abilities, and a lot of questions were raised that maybe it's time that Dhoni calls it a day with the Chennai side. But as I see here, they are second in the points table. Today his match is against the Indian captain Virat Kohli, and it's Chennai versus Bangalore. Chennai has won the toss, elected to bowl first, and as I would like to remind all you guys that that the toss has taken place, please go and make your teams now on the MPL app and stand a chance to win many goodies here. Also, keep in mind that this game involves an element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk here. So, please do keep in mind that whenever you make your team, just play responsibly and don't just be emotional here. That's what I would say here. So, um, Chennai has won the toss. I'm still awaiting for the playing 11s here. So I've got Chennai's playing 11. So I'll just quickly bring it up, and then we'll also take a look at Bangalore's playing 11 here. So, yup. So Chennai's playing 11. Gaikwad, Duplessis, Ali, Raina, Raidu, Jadeja, Dhoni, Bravo, Thakur, Chahar, Hazelwood. No change at all. As I said, Chennai would go unchanged there. One change I was thinking would happen was Uttapa coming in place of Ali, or in place of Raina, but they've gone in with this idea. Gaikwad, Duplessis in fine form. Ali, we know, has been in terrific form since the phase one, and even in the test matches against India, he looked in great shape there. So that sums up the top three. At number four, you have Raina, and then followed by Raidu, Jadeja, Dhoni, Bravo, Thakur, Chahar. This side has so much of depth. I mean, you bat until 10. We know Deepak Chahar, his innings against Sri Lanka in the ODI series, we know he can bat. We have Thakur, the Lord as they call him, and I just don't need to talk much about Thakur here. He has been causing all those sandstorms, and I really hope that the Lord does cause a sandstorm today at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. You have Bravo again, no Karan. Bravo is playing in the side here, which means he is free of any injuries whatsoever. So Bravo is in the side, and we are still awaiting for Bangalore's update here. And yes, I do have an update with Bangalore. Uh, Tim David is making his debut for Bangalore. As I mentioned when Mikhail was around, that maybe Tim David could be another player they could look at for today's game, and that's what it is. He is making his debut for Bangalore. I'm not really sure against in place of which player. Maybe it is in place of Jamieson. We'll just have to see. So maybe they have gone in with De Villiers, Hasaranga, David, and another foreign player in there, Maxwell, as I missed out on that. So Maxwell, De Villiers, Hasaranga, and David. These might just be the four foreign players they might look into for today's game. And let's see. I have the playing 11s here now. So let's just quickly talk about the playing 11s. Kohli, Padikkal, Bharat, Maxwell, De Villiers. Okay, so the top order is literally the same from what we saw in the previous game. Then you have Hasaranga, you have David, Siraj, Patel, Chahal, Saini. So Saini has made his way into the 11 here. So Jamieson, the New Zealand all-rounder, is missing out from the side here, and they have brought in the Singaporean player David into the side. As I mentioned about his performance in the recent times in the Pakistan T20 League, in the West Indies T20 League, even in the 100 as well, which happened in England, he looked in superb touch, and I wasn't surprised to see his name today in the side there. Tim David, Siraj, Patel. Now Patel, as we spoke about his record today against Duplessis, we also have to see that we take him in our fantasy teams as well, because his record against Duplessis will be very crucial. And as I mentioned earlier as well, he has dismissed Duplessis twice in 13 deliveries. So just keep this stat in mind when you pick the fantasy 11, that Patel bowling the opening overs might just be against Duplessis at the top, and maybe this twice can become thrice today. So just keep this in mind, and his record against Raidu also comes into play. 4 times in 36 balls he has been dismissed. So Patel, he has been causing havoc since a while here. I mean, in his comeback game in itself, he picked up about 5 wickets, and we all know he's quite an experienced player for the state side as well. And in this Indian T20 League for Bangalore, he has been a match winner, and in the games he has played since last season or 2 years. So that's it with the playing 11s. We have Bangalore and Chennai. It's Chennai who has won the toss, elected to ball first. The match is happening at Sharjah. It was delayed due to a sandstorm, but now we are good to go. We are about 8 minutes away from the start of play, and before that, I would like you guys to visit the MPL app, make your teams now, and make sure you make all those changes that came into play. You see that few players are not playing today, so maybe if you have picked Jimmyson in the side, might as well just replace him in the side there. So Jimmyson not playing today, you might want to pick another player in place of him. And as I mentioned, Deep Das Gupta's fantasy 11 as well. Almost all the players except Jimmyson is not playing today, so do make that change. Go ahead, make those changes on the MPL app. And before I go, I would just quickly like to remind you that tomorrow we will be going live with Deep Das Gupta at 11 a.m. on Instagram. So be sure to tune in at that point of time on Instagram through Cricfit and MPL Fantasy's Instagram account. So we are going to talk about all the things that happened in the past week in the Indian T20 League, the phase two when it started, and how it went by. Quite a few performances that came into play. New players like Venkatesh were seen in the Kolkata side. So tomorrow it's going to be a fun session. We are all going to see how this session might pan out. And it's going to be an exciting session tomorrow. But even before that session today, it's going to be Chennai taking on Bangalore, the big game, and which starts in about 7 minutes. Go ahead, make your changes on the MPL app from the changes from the team you had picked up earlier. We are delayed by about 15 minutes, but do go make those changes and stand yourself a chance to win many goodies there. So this is Amit Petkar for now signing off. We have had a long session today, so I really hope you've got all the stats we wanted to put across. And well, yes, so I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. And tomorrow is going to be a double header, so we're going to have two shows, one in the afternoon before the game, one in the evening again before the game. So about 3 sessions tomorrow. First will be the Deep Das Gupta's live Instagram live, then 2 matches following up in the day here. So do tune in, and we'll see what else we can bring here. This is Amir Petkar signing off for now. Keep following Cricfit and the MPL Fantasy app as well. Till then, till tomorrow, take care and enjoy the game between Chennai and Bangalore.